A new type of product is currently making waves in Korean beauty. Skin patches that are supposed to block UV rays and help reduce hyperpigmentation. But what's the point of these products? And do you really need them? Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, my name is Odile and I work as an art director in the beauty industry in South Korea. On this channel, I use my professional experience to bring you informative content on Korean beauty trends and history. So if you like to take your K-beauty knowledge to the next level, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. This video is about skin patches to reduce hyperpigmentation, a new type of product that is currently taking Korean beauty by storm, with many different brands rushing to release their own patches ahead of the summer season. But how are these patches supposed to work exactly? Well, first of all, there are two different types of products. We have UV blocking skin patches that prevent the formation or worsening of hyperpigmentation. And secondly, we have patches that work both to prevent new hyperpigmentation and to reduce the appearance of existing one. Both types of products are made of an elastic fabric that is commonly used in sportswear. This fabric blocks over 95% of UV rays, but still allows the skin to breathe and move freely at the same time. These patches are still meant to be worn on top of sunscreen, but unlike sunscreen, they don't wear off after time, so they offer stronger protection for sensitive areas of your face, especially if you suffer from pigmentation disorders that are easily triggered by sun exposure. Think melasma or age spots, for example. Plus, besides blocking UV rays, these patches also offer some skincare benefits. Protective patches, for example, usually come with a hydrogel layer that contains cooling and hydrating ingredients. For instance, the Nice Birdie Cool Down patches by Dr. G contain 9 molecular weights of hyaluronic acid, and they help relieve skin when you're exposed to strong sunlight for a long time. Other types of patches can also help reduce existing pigmentation with a blend of brightening ingredients. The Melasma White patches by Coetica are a good example. These contain arbutin, niacinamide, tranexamic acid, and 3 vitamin C derivatives. These types of patches can be worn outdoors to prevent the formation of new hyperpigmentation, but they can also be used as an aftercare treatment to reduce the appearance of dark spots and melasma, especially after being exposed to strong sunlight. These Coetica patches, for example, can be used as a leave-on mask for 30 minutes, or they can also be left on overnight. Personally, I find them more effective when they're used at the last stage of a brightening skincare routine and left on overnight. These patches make a great emergency treatment in the context of a regular brightening skincare routine. So, do we all need to wear these things every time we go outside? Not really. These patches were originally created to be worn during long outdoor activities, like golf, tennis, or long-distance running, for example. The reason is simple. These are all situations where someone is exposed to strong sunlight for a long time and usually can't wear protective headgear to block UV rays. Think about it. Golf hats or tennis caps all have short brims because people need to observe where the ball is going. For this reason, in this context, it's very important to wear a highly resistant sunscreen that won't budge easily even when it's exposed to strong sunlight, hot temperatures, and sweat. In Asian beauty, these types of sunscreens are usually marketed as outdoor sunscreens. I briefly talked about it last year, and I'll also make a dedicated video before summer. But no matter how resistant, no sunscreen provides complete protection from UV rays. And this is where these patches come into play. In a way, we can say that these patches are like UV protective clothing for your face, for situations where you can't physically protect your skin from strong sunlight. Which brings me to the main point of this video. Do you really need this? Ever since these types of products started to gain momentum in Korea, some beauty creators rushed to create content where they implied that they couldn't live without these patches, and even wore them to take quick walks around the neighborhood. As I said many times on this channel, I work in beauty marketing, and I know that to some of you, this probably sounds like I lie to people for a living. But what I like to think is that I help the right product land in the hands of the right person at the right time. See, the Korean beauty industry is extremely fast-paced, with new types of products, new technologies, and new ingredients popping out of nowhere every single day. But not every product is necessarily relevant to everyone, and it's my responsibility as a marketer to make sure that the right product reaches exactly the right audience it was created for. See, if I showed you this product right here and told you this is a moisturizer, would you actually buy it? Maybe it's a cream, maybe it's a gel, maybe it contains fragrance, maybe it doesn't. All I'm gonna say is that this is a moisturizer. Now, what if I told you what the product is supposed to do? The technology behind it, the ingredients, how the texture looks like, how the formula smells like, how the packaging looks like. Maybe you'll still decide that the product is not for you, and it's perfectly fine. But at least now you'll have all the necessary details to make an informed decision. And that's what good marketing has always been about. Obviously, I know that the main purpose of marketing at its core is to generate revenue for a business. But there are two ways you can achieve that as a company. You can either focus on short-term profits, or you can prioritize long-term revenue. Generating short-term profits is pretty easy nowadays. You find an influencer with a large following and pay them lots of money to say that your product is the best thing since sliced bread. No need to talk about technology or complicated details. Just ask the influencer to repeat very generic claims that could appeal to as many people as possible. Like hydrating, for example. Who doesn't like hydration, right? These campaigns are usually very effective, but they have one limit. Everyone does them. And since they don't highlight any special feature of the product, it will be forgotten once the next social media hit comes along. Unless you keep paying people to keep the buzz going, of course. On the contrary, when a company decides to focus on long-term profits, things get a little bit more complicated. The goal here is not to sell the product to as many people as possible, but to the people that really need it and appreciate it. The ones that will keep buying it again and again over the years and recommend it to all their friends and family. This strategy might not generate big results at the beginning, but it's usually what keeps companies running for a long time. Because companies that follow this strategy are able to build a relationship of trust with their customer base, meaning that a customer will keep going back to your brand because they trust you with their problems and concerns. Now, let's apply these concepts to the product at hand. These patches were originally designed to help people that can't protect their skin when they have to spend a long time outdoors, as well as helping people who suffer from pigmentation disorders that are easily triggered by sun exposure. Think melasma or age spots. If that's not you, wearing sunscreen is enough. And you know what's funny? Not even the brands that make these patches market them for daily use. Yes, not even the companies that make money off these products encourage people to wear them every day. So creators that are telling you otherwise don't have your best interests in mind. That was all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe for more informative content on Korean beauty. I'll see you next time. Bye!